Today, let us talk about snakes. In the year 2018, somewhere in January, on BBC, there was a story of this man. His name was Daniel Burdon, 31, from somewhere in England. And the story goes that one of his pet snakes, a female African rock python, he had named Tini, was found near his body out of its pen. So this man was killed by his pet snake. His mother said that he had picked this snake when the snake was at the length of his arm, a very small snake, but the snake grew. He definitely had quite a number of snakes. He kept snakes for 16 years, and Tine was one of the 10 snakes, and among other pets that this boy or this man had kept from when he was an early age. And the snake one day killed him. The snake was found coiled near him when the morning that the mother discovered his body. And another incident, a similar incident that happened in Indonesia, a 17-year-old Indonesian man died after he was bitten by his pet cobbler. So this guy, his name is Liz K, and he had brought the cobbler for an event. When the reptile bit him and on his right arm, he continued to play with the snake for almost an hour before he felt the effect of the poison, rushed to hospital, and he was given antivenom. However, he died later. There was also another man who had a python as a pet, and one day he thought of bathing the snake. They were very cross. He thought of bathing the snake, and that is when the snake bit him to his death. So what are we saying today, and how does those kind of news and stories relate with us today? What we are going to talk about today is that some of us, we have peace with things that can bite us and can kill us eventually. Men have made peace with snakes. But one thing you need to know, that everything that you have made peace with, everything that you have allowed into your heart is growing. Everything is growing. You see that man, he picked the snake when it was like this size, but the snake kept on growing and became bigger and bigger. So everything that you have in your life is growing. So you have to be very careful of what you have allowed into your heart, into your life, because everything grows. So don't make peace with the enemy, however small. Don't make peace. Everything you have been feeding will grow. If you have anger, anger will grow. If you have hatred, hatred will grow. If you have unforgiveness, unforgiveness will grow. If you have secret sin, sin will grow. Lust will grow. Any desire keeps on growing. Everything that we have as we continue in life is becoming bigger and bigger and bigger. And incidentally, these things, they grow without our knowledge. God forbid, but if it goes unchecked, it will be so big and one day it will destroy you. There is a scripture in the Bible in the book of James chapter 1 verse number 15 that tells us that sin grows, and when it is fully matured, brings forth death, destroying our lives, destroying our dreams, our passion, our greatness, because besides there is a snake pet we have peace with. I want to ask you today, what is your snake? And which snake are you harboring in your life? Because one day it may bite you, or it may coil around you and take life out of you. Snakes can be lifestyles, habits, secret sin, spirits of anger and forgiveness. A snake can be even a person that you have started relating with without, when you already know that the relationship is not a right relationship. An addiction that you're not dealing with. Those are snakes that we sometimes harbor in our lives, but they keep on growing and become bigger. All these, in the beginning, they seem unharmful. People have embraced and made peace with them, but they will grow and get beyond our control. Someone does something negative and says, I didn't want to do it. I don't know why I did it. Yes, that's a very good excuse, but that's a sign of a fully grown snake inside your life that is now taking control, and it will eventually destroy you. How do you know that you have a snake and it is time to let that snake go? If people keep on telling you about it, people are telling you that you have an anger problem, you have a temper problem, that habit that you have is not a good habit. Please listen to what people say concerning you, especially when they are noting some negative things in your life. That may be a sign that there are some snakes that are growing inside you, and one day they may bring your life to an end. You know, I remember the story that I heard of one preacher, and he was saying that God kept on telling him that, son, you have an anger problem. but he kept on ignoring it, saying, no, I don't have a problem, I don't have a problem. And one day when he was on one Sunday morning, he was going to church, and he went and he started the car, and the car could not start, and he twisted the key and broke the key. Then out of rage and anger, he hit the windscreen with his arm, and he broke the windscreen, and he was cut on his hands, and he had blood all over. So he went back to the house, tried to cover the blood, because he had a very important meeting to attend. So with a bandage, now he was preaching, and the message was on the love of God. It was in between that message that God told him, you still have an anger problem. And that's when he acknowledged that he had a problem, and he went through therapy. He went through what God led him to go through, and he was able to deal with that snake that could have eventually destroyed him. So snakes can be manifested in our emotions and habits. Please check your emotions, check your habits. What are you really growing emotionally? What are you really growing in your character? It is better you be at peace with wonderful things. Things that like love, hard work, great virtues, forgiveness, love for God. Let those things keep on glowing, because whatever you have will glow. As long as good things are growing, you are safe. Kill the snake before it destroys you and others. Ask for help. Go to the experts. You know, we also had a story in New York of this man who had kept a tiger when the tiger was very small, and it looked wonderful. But one day when the tiger had grown big, one day the tiger attacked the man. The friend, because these snakes, these tigers, these habits that we are naming tigers and snakes, they will never be your friend. They may look like they are your friends, but they are geared to destroy and to kill your life. The enemy has nothing good for you. Any habit that is connected to the devil or to the enemy, eventually it will steal, it will kill, and it will destroy. So, and this emotion may also, this tiger or this snake can be an evil that you like. You know, there's sometimes we have some things that are so evil, but we like them. These things will destroy us eventually. A pleasure that eventually becomes big and becomes an addiction. Like the way maybe people start drinking or start smoking. It starts with one puff, two puffs, then the thing grows into an addiction. It starts controlling your life, takes away your lungs, and it becomes cancerous. And many people have died out of such. Many people have died just because of a friend who came into their lives. They started maybe a habit. They started maybe some small retro crimes. But even crime grows. Everything grows. And whatever you are humbling in your life is growing, whether good or evil. And one day it will be so big and start controlling your life. Hoping you're going to deal with every snake that you may note that is in your life. Maybe it's a spirit of violence. Maybe you are a violent person. That violence will grow one day beyond your control. Whatever it is that is not good, that is in your life, is a snake that you have taken as a pet. These people lived with these snakes. They played games with these snakes, but these snakes are dangerous. One bite of the snake and then you're dead. So please, what is my point today? Check your life. Check your life, work on your life. If there is anything negative that you are harboring, don't be at peace with the things that are not good. Don't be at peace with evil habits. Don't be at peace. Start dealing with them now. Take charge of your life. Destroy the snake before it destroys you. The price of destroying the snake is not as great as the price of allowing the snake to stay in your life and eventually destroy you, destroy your dreams, destroy your family, and destroy others. Let us attack every kind of snake that is trying to grow in our lives. However it came from, maybe it's something you inherited, destroy it. Maybe it is a habit you're taught by your friends. Destroy it. Destroy the snake before the snake destroys you. Thank you.